Hello and welcome to the Devoted Outdoorsman podcast. This is the first episode of my podcast, hopefully to be lots more out there. I'd like to introduce myself first off. My name is Rob. I am a devoted outdoorsman. I hunt, fish, camp, anything in the outdoors. I'm about it. Let's do it. I'm always down. Let's go rock climbing, hiking, skiing, kayaking, anything to do with getting outside and enjoying Mother Nature. I'm about it. The podcast is going to be about sharing outdoor stories. Ever since I was a child, I've always loved to share stories of the outdoors or hear stories of the outdoors. I'm sure everyone had that uncle or grandfather or neighbor who would always tell you these awesome stories about this time that they were on this hunting trip, or this time that they were kayaking and they almost wrecked, or, some crazy story or amazing story that happened while in the outdoors that got them hooked. They would always tell us these types of stories to get our blood pumping, to get us interested in it, to get us out there. And I just love how that works with people. I love how people tell you a story and your heart gets racing at the same time as the deer walks out in front of your grandfather as he's telling the story, or your neighbor is catching the state record fish, or whatever the story is. I love how sharing that brings us all together. And so, I looked around on iTunes, and there's lots of podcasts out there. There's lots of hunting podcasts, there's lots of hiking podcasts or fishing podcasts, but there's not one that kind of just grasps everyone as outdoorsmen and puts them together, puts them in one place where they can all have a say, and that's why I'm here. I also run a YouTube channel called The Devoted Sportsman. On my YouTube channel, I do product reviews. I do reviews of products that I use in the outdoors. It could be anything. It could be a tent that I used, or hunting equipment, fishing equipment, hiking equipment, what pair of boots are the best, or what's going on, with 2018 is about to be here. What's the next best quality item that you need to buy if you're going to do any of these outdoor activities? There's constantly something going on in today's society where you have to buy the best and greatest. Well, that's not always necessary. You always don't have to spend top dollar, and that's why I'm here. I'm here for honest reviews from a normal guy like yourself, and I want to be here to help everyone spread the knowledge that I have or that someone else has, and that's why my point is of making this podcast. Now, from time to time, I will have people on the podcast. I'm going to do interviews with other people that are in the outdoor industry. I have a few professional fishermen that are already decided that they will be on the podcast. I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but I'm trying to get all that lined up right now. But they will be on here. Also, I'm looking for other people that would like to come on the podcast. So if you're interested, you have a story you want to tell, or a product you want to talk about, or just anything to do with the outdoors that you think other people need to hear, please contact me through the Devoted Outdoorsman Facebook page. You can go on there, you can message me. I usually get back with you guys between, an hour or so. I try to be really fast on replying, because I don't want to be one of those guys that, it takes you months for me to reply. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And I just, I'm looking for people with a great story. I want you guys to know that this isn't a podcast that's just about people that have a TV show or people that have other podcasts. This is for everyone. I want you guys to contact me and, let me know about your story. And, if we can get something worked out, we'll get you on air. We'll post pictures on my YouTube page, and we'll post pictures on my Facebook, and we'll get you guys out there. As for, like I said, people that are going to be coming on the podcast, I do have 2 professional fishermen lined up that will be on within the next month. I'm going to try to release 1 podcast a week. Now, I do have a full-time job, and I'm, a father of 2, so I'm constantly busy with other things. So I'm sure at certain points in time, there might be a week where I miss out, but at least once a month, I'm going to have someone from the outdoor community come on and talk about their experience with the outdoor industry, or their experience and how they got hooked in their route to becoming a professional fisherman or a guide or an outfitter. I even have a rock climber that I'm trying to get on. He's got some pretty crazy stories about some mountains that he's climbed in Colorado, and I would really like to have him on, and I'm pretty sure you guys would enjoy the stories he has too. If you're ever listening to this podcast and you're like, man, this is boring, or he needs to change up what he's talking about, or any input you guys have at all, absolutely, please let me know. Because this, like I said, this podcast is for you guys. It's not just for me. I want you guys to enjoy the experiences just as much as I do. I will also be doing giveaways from time to time on the podcast. I also do giveaways on my Facebook page, just to kind of, make sure you guys know that I'm listening. I know you guys are there and you guys support me, so I want to help support you guys. I want to help you guys out with things, and I want to give you guys free stuff. So, whenever I can, I will absolutely be doing giveaways, especially on mile marker events. Like, once I reach so many listeners, or once my page reaches so many likes, I will absolutely be doing giveaways. So if you guys want to stay tuned just for the giveaways, I don't blame you. You guys can do that too. I know I've done that on pages in the past, just stuck around for the giveaways. But as long as you guys are receiving my content and you guys are listening to my podcast or watching my videos on YouTube or reacting with me on my Facebook page, that means I'm doing what I want to do. I'm getting my content out there. I'm sharing my love for the outdoors with you guys. Okay, but that's enough about the professional stuff. Let's talk about my personal stuff. I want you guys to get to know me, because you guys are listening to me. I want you guys to know a little bit about me, so you're not like, oh, the guy on the podcast. I want you to be like, oh, Rob said blank. So, let's see here. I am in my 20s. I live in Oklahoma. I have a wife and 2 kids, and I am a devoted outdoorsman. No matter where I'm at in my life, I have always had something to do with the outdoors, whether it's skipping work to go fishing, or when I was in high school, I would skip school to go do the youth hunts and to go on hiking trips with my younger brother. Like I said, I'm in the state of Oklahoma. We have a very diverse state. We have everything from the Salt Plains to the Black Mesa to the Kiamichi Mountains, the Ozark Mountains, to the plains and the Panhandle. So we have a lot of outdoor things we can do in this state. And, I don't want just people from Oklahoma to listen to this podcast. I want people from all over the country and all over the world, because I want you guys to share your story about the outdoors. So people from like Oklahoma can hear about how people in Idaho hunt elk on the federal lands and how that all works in the system of getting tags, so we can help each other out. Or what are great places in Colorado to go hiking in the mountains? What rivers can you go kayaking on that are great and easy trips for beginners or for more experienced? I want everyone to have something to look forward to on this podcast. So like I said, if you guys have ideas or you want to talk about something with me, please get in touch with me. At a young age, my father hooked me on the outdoors. From as long as I can remember, I was always sitting on a rock fishing with my father, or in the back of a tractor while he baled hay, and just enjoying the environment, enjoying the outdoors. He would always set me in a cold deer stand when I was a young child. I remember freezing, but being so excited just to be with my dad hunting. And as I got older, I have 2 younger brothers, and I would always make them go on these crazy adventures with me into the woods. I would pack a bag, and I would be off for the day, going on some crazy adventure, normally having to do with catching some kind of snake or building a campsite and daydreaming of becoming a mountain man. Some people would say that I was obsessed with the outdoors. I wanted to know everything. I wanted to know what animals made what sounds and what plants were edible and how to tell which way is north without a compass and how to make a fire without a lighter or matches. With that all being said, I am just starting out with the whole podcasting thing. I will be working on making the quality better as I go. I'm starting off with the basic kit as we are right now. please let me know, like I said before, anything that I can change. If the volume is too loud, or there's too many poppings, or if I'm saying too much, please let me know. Because I've listened to podcasts before that were just garbage, and I don't want mine to be that way. And, you guys probably don't want to listen to something that's that way either. So I promise if you stick with me, the quality will get better, the content will get better, and there will be numerous things that we talk about, people we talk to. And I'm really hoping you guys will enjoy this adventure just as much as I do. So have a great New Year's, and I look forward to having a great 2018 with this podcast. Please go like and subscribe to my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. It's The Devoted Outdoorsman on Facebook and on YouTube. And I have some videos on YouTube already of some products that I've reviewed. And then on Facebook, I have some pretty good articles for you guys to check out and just things to look at. And that's a good place for you to get in contact with me. So I think I'm going to make this first podcast a short one. Hopefully they'll get longer with better content as we go on. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoy you guys listening. Thank you.